Hi, this is Kim from Kim's Simple Solutions. In this Google Workspace tip, I'm going to show you how to create a folder in Google Drive and share that folder with another person. This is useful anytime you need to give someone access to several files, but you don't want to have to set permissions on each individual file. The one thing to remember is that you're sharing the entire folder. Whatever permissions you set on that folder will apply to every file you put inside it. So let's get started. We're going to start by logging into the Google Drive, and then you want to be in the folder where you want to create your share folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in Video Tutorials, and this is where I want to create a folder. So I'm going to go up here and click New. I'm going to select New Folder and click it, and you can name this whatever you want, whatever's appropriate. I'm just going to name it Share Folder, and then I'm going to click the Create link. And this is going to create your folder wherever you're at. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to set the permissions on this folder. So the permissions are set by going over here, and it looks like a little person with a plus sign, and you'll notice that the little share word comes up above it. So I'm going to click that, and it's going to pop up this window. Now you have the option to set either, people, groups, or spaces and calendar events if you want for that folder. What I usually do is use general access so that everyone gets it. So if you notice right now, the only person with access is you. This is me. So, and everyone else is restricted. So we're going to click the drop down button, and then you're going to see that you can either just add yourself or you can have anyone with the link. So I'm going to click anyone with the link, and it's going to default to they only can look at the files. They can't edit them or do anything else. You do have other options. If you click the drop down link here, you'll see that you can add a commenter or an editor. And an editor, as you can see, can organize, add, and edit files. You want to be very sure if you add an editor because they're going to have basically God rights in that folder. Now that I've got these permissions set for viewer, I can just click this button here that says copy link, and it'll tell you the link's copied, and then I can now email that or send it in a chat or whatever, as long as I get it to the person that I want to have access to it. And now that you've opened it up, they should be able to view the files, anything that you put in that folder. I'm going to go ahead and talk about how to add a person. So if you clicked up here, you have to add an email address or like a group address or whatever if you're going to add them in. So I'm going to add just a person. I'm going to add myself. I have another account. And you're going to notice it defaults to editor. That's because they assume that you want to add them editor. But if you click the drop down, you can set it whatever you want. And you can also add an expiration for the viewer role if you just want temporary permissions. Now the next thing you'll notice is there's a little box here that says notify people, and that's checked because they're going to send an email and tell them that you invited them to this folder. So you can also add a message here. Other than the default message they're going to get from Google, you can put your own personal message in here. And then you can click send, and it will send the email out to them. And then it's up to them to follow the link in the email and go there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click send just so that you see that it's going to come up and give you a warning message. And you can say cancel or share anyway. I'm going to say share anyway. Now you will notice that it goes back to here. But if you want to look at the permissions again and you open this up, you're going to see now I'm listed under the people with access, not just general access. And you'll see my role. So I can go in there and change that role at any time. I'm going to go ahead and say done. So now any file that you put in this folder is going to have the permissions you set. So you better make sure that you have the correct permissions, and you might want to check it if you have other people that can make changes to that folder. And that's it. You now know how to create a folder in Google Drive and share it with another person. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more simple Google Space tips and productivity ideas. Thanks for watching.